Oh wait, what up? Hi! Oh my god, I need to fix this. Hello! Oh no! Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, ouch! Hello, Elvo. I fucked up. I fucked up. 1 second. Whoop! 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 Wait. Wait, is it smaller? I thought it was... Am I supposed to be bigger? Oh no. Okay, one. Oh my god. You fucked up as usual. Listen, you don't know what happens, okay? You are oblivious to the things that happen here. Or something like that. Okay, let me get the demo rolling. Drink over it. Oh my god, thank god I refilled. So I am technically violating Twitch terms of service because I'm not playing Ultra Deluxe and playing the demo, which has its own category, but I'm gonna switch to Ultra Deluxe after the demo. So seat and cope ratio, whatever. Yeah, I just wanted to play the demo before going back to the Ultra Deluxe. Because the demo is nice and Ultra Deluxe doesn't have it. Just sad. You heard the DNF leak? I hope it's leaked. The what? No, I have not heard of that. Is that Nukem Forever? Or what? The first version Nukem Forever. Oh, when they were still using like the Quake engine. That would be nice. Oh. I'm doing it again. 1 second. I don't know why I keep like resizing the window for no reason. Like I swear it's an accident. Okay, it's the Stanley Parable demonstration. No parking. The one with the real engine. What? Like Unreal Engine 1?
Welcome to the Stanley Parable demonstration. Your number is 28. When your number is displayed, please enter the demonstration room. Thank you, and have a pleasant demonstration.
Oh, let's go. Also, you hear this? My keyboard? It's going away, hopefully. Well, in like a month or something. I spent way too much money on a new like one-handed keyboard. So I can actually game. Please wait for the number and then okay, I have to wait until 28. Fuck it, I'm gonna wait. It's too tempting to just not wait. No, I gotta be a good person. The Stanley Parable demo. Okay, there's a mug with the demo actually. What is it 7? Yeah, I didn't skip the line. No, I refuse. Oh, these are famous demos. Yeah, I know this one. Wait, there was a demo of the first Metal Gear Solid? And... what is this? Are those Pokeballs?
Hello. Welcome to the Stanley Parable live demonstration. It will be my pleasure to guide you through this sneak peek.
I remember the font to be like that.
Parable, a tease, just enough to leave you hungry for more. How exciting. Can't you just feel that nervous tension? The looming uncertainty? Why don't we drink in the anticipation for a moment, just for 20 minutes or so? Please, for just 20 minutes, don't move or act in any way. Simply remain motionless and let the thrill of demoing the Stanley Parable wash over you.
Can't wait.
Oh wait, I've got it. You know what would really ramp up the anticipation?
My thing's still for
I'll
real.
do a little tour of the facility and show you how we make video game demonstrations. Yes, you'll be simply out of your mind with anxiety. Come along this way. This is where I and the other proctors have been working meticulously to construct a demo that explains clearly and concisely exactly what the Stanley Parable is.
I cannot jump.
And why you should spend real-world money on the main game. Video game demonstrations are tricky, and without the proper technology, you run the risk of the player having no idea what to expect in the full version.
Yeah, you have to build the demo nice. Or just build it at all, for fuck's sake. No one bothers anymore.
These buttons are meant to convey the meaning of choice and the impact of the decisions you make. After all, choices carry tremendous meaning and consequence. Didn't you know that? Go ahead. Why don't you try picking one of these buttons to press, and we'll see what your choice says about you.
This one.
Fascinating. Did you know that 94% of all people who select that particular button are sexual predators?
What?
You see, our choices really do
No. Hello, Sentai. Oh, thank you for the drink up. I swear I'm the 6%.
Okay, what else can I show you then? This place is the
Yes,
buffalo
this-
of game design. Nothing is wasted.
Sexual error split shot. Actually, yes.
Now, I think you'll find this exciting. We've actually developed a wall that you can walk through.
Oh, really?
Give it a shot.
What?
Oh, guess it's still in development. Right, okay, moving along.
Oh, that was a letdown. Was looking forward to the wall you can walk through.
How's the anticipation? Still feeling it?
The emotion boot.
Now, here's what we use to convey story. These booths convert text from a story into raw emotion.
Oh, really?
Step into one of them and feel the sheer power of narrative expression.
Do I want discovery or despair? Let's go discovery.
It was though, and within the shame. It was though, and within the shame he carried that ocean breeze did.
Sort of pregnant? What? Admitting how great you are?
Washed ashore,
Mr. Foot?
shame, martyrs devoid,
Overly saccharine. What the fuck?
staring at the eternal
Tears by one.
a vessel without
You're the one who gets the streaming so kissable.
itself like plastic in the wind, hinting at a purpose
Now, Sentai, that's what harassment is.
memory, if only it could decipher through times the
Too much soy sauce, but much is misspelled. I love this. Owning a boat? No, I'm pretty sure owning a boat is not discovery.
Where did these cliffs go? These crags that we stood upon, they shielded us from our own
Confident-ish.
coddling words and
Now say French.
woolen cloth
Yeah, I can see the despair if you're French.
tried to set aflame. If I knew these comforts now, would their fibers be more sensitive to the heat of my touch?
Sharks, yeah, sure. Cat-like.
To whom my flesh was always invisible.
Prosecutor, I can help it. Ah. Sentai, would you push that button? The thing it says a lot about you.
Now, we have to save at least a few emotions for the full game.
Yeah, okay. Kinda hate most stuff of this, you don't actually
Wait,
see.
both booths? Oh, how vulnerable of you. If at any point during the demo you need to cry, just let me know and we can take a minute. This device tells you whether or not you're inside a video game demonstration. Somewhere around here there's also a device that tells you whether or not you're inside a device that tells you whether or not you're inside a video game demonstration.
Ah, yes.
Are you that eager for the demo to start? Don't worry, we're almost there.
Also, we're technically not yet in the demo. Okay.
The
Complete.
most important part of administering any demonstration is pumping up your ego and appealing to insecurities about your sense of self-worth. That's why we use this room
Technically, yes.
compliments to shower on the player during the demo. Go ahead, and press that button to see some of the superficial flattery we've been cooking up. My heavens, I've never met someone who can consume as much uranium in a single sitting as you can. Just look at you go.
I met some, but they didn't
All
last.
the people I know who are playing this exact demo at this exact moment and standing in this exact room, your performance is easily in the top 5,000.
5,000? That's almost as many people as they played the game.
I won't go as far as 4,600. Let's see. Oh, this is embarrassing. I really can't think of anything else to say. No. You've really exhausted my list of compliments. Goodness, that was fast. Either you or this department...
What if the number was dynamic? Nah.
Okay then, what's next?
You give them a lot of credit. I wanna press the button again.
No, we've already seen this room. If it saves you the trouble of pushing another button, I can assure you that you're still a pervert.
Fuck off! Damn it. Is the demo still going? Oh. But I really wanna press the button. Oh, okay, it doesn't, it shut off now. Dang, cold out, yeah. Come on. Let me through. Other side, maybe? Maybe the game thinks you're Sentai? How do you respond to this mere accusation, Sentai? You're being called yabai. Wait, what the? Do you...
This room is perhaps the most important you'll encounter in the demo. This is where we determine whether or not the demo has been effective. No! What are you doing? You can't make that decision yet. You haven't played the demo. We've put so much work into this demonstration. Wouldn't it be a shame if you rushed right into making a purchasing decision without savoring it first? Let this one simmer. You'll have plenty of time to decide later.
I don't get to choose. Okay. Well, time to go to the exit then.
And there you have it. Everything you need to know about how video game demos are made. However, it's still important that we address safety concerns. Please closely observe the following possible negative side effects of playing the Stanley Parable. If you agree to be held 100% responsible for
Standing in a large green room looking at a list of side effects. That's one of the...
may occur while playing the demo, please do not press the large red glowing disagree button at this time. Nothing? No objections? You're quite sure about that?
What disagree button?
All right then. In the event that you do experience one or all of the previously listed symptoms, let's establish a signal for you to convey to me that you wish the demonstration to be terminated.
Yes.
Please step into the dance perimeter. Please perform a dance. Your dance has been recorded. In the event that you feel confused or disoriented by anything you see inside the demo, perform that dance and I will terminate the demo immediately. Right. All preparations have been made. It is time at last. Are you prepared for
The Stanley Parable.
Let's go. No?
Oh wait, what are we doing
Welcome
here?
to
Did
the
we not...
Stanley Parable demonstration. Your number is 29. When your number is displayed, please enter the demonstration room. Thank you, and have a pleasant demonstration.
Okay, I'm lost. Let's just get back to the green room and start the demo again. I must have done something wrong the first time.
Yep. Still the famous demos.
Okay, here we go. The Stanley Parable demo, take 2. Finding the demo, learning exactly what the Stanley Parable is. Here it comes.
Let's go, the number 8.
What's this? Wait. This is all wrong. This isn't the Stanley Parable. This is a game where you press a button and it says 8.
Yep.
Is the Stanley Parable not a game about continuously pressing the number 8? I can guarantee that
Why do you think there's an 8 achievement on the Stanley Parable? It's because of this.
here instead of the demo for the Stanley Parable. Where did the demo go? There was an actual demo here before. Something has gone wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. We need to get you out of here before you start forming impressions of the Stanley Parable based on whatever the hell this 8 game is. We need to get out. We need to start over. You mustn't stay here another minute. Out. Go.
I'll just press 8.
Now, I think perhaps you've misunderstood me, so let me reiterate as clearly as I can. This is not the Stanley Parable. What you are doing is pushing a button over and over that does nothing but speak the word 8. Has that gotten through? You may be continuing to press this button under the impression you're playing the Stanley Parable right now. An assumption that is, I should remind you again, entirely erroneous.
Erroneous.
Doesn't even make sense. Why would I have gone to all of this elaborate setup just to demonstrate a game that doesn't do a single thing except repeat the word 8? The waiting room, the green room, the tour of the facility, all of that for no reason.
To have more fun out of West 2.
Textual.
Man, nobody's is playing that game. What the fuck?
But this game deserves any of that time and
Didn't they give it
Are you seeing something in it that I'm not?
the secret when you press it 888? Oh, that would take too much.
Okay, here's the deal. It isn't possible that you still think this is the Stanley Parable. I've restated the fact too many times, which means that you are now consciously choosing to delay the actual demo as long as possible. Is that it? Are you afraid of the Stanley Parable? I suppose another possibility is that you can't hear me because you're playing with the sound off. In which case, what are you even getting out of this 8 game in the first place? This scenario is perhaps even more concerning.
Is it actually 888?
Finding this amusing, aren't you? The experience of pushing a button and it says 8. Is this intrinsically captivating to you on its own? Legitimate experience? I mean, I'm starting to wrap my head around the idea, but it's not all the way there. How do you get into this demo? Are you our target market for the game? Should I be concerned for the Stanley Parable sales numbers right now? The funny thing is, you haven't even played the Stanley Parable yet. How can you be sure that this is a better game?
I'll keep going as long as he keeps complaining.
Have you formed such a rich vision of the game already? What exactly did I do that gave you such a miserable, awful impression of what it's like to play the Stanley Parable? Was it the dance? Yes, it was almost certainly the dance. I regret that now. Well, the good part is that if this is your metric for quality in a game, when we do get to the Stanley Parable, you'll be thrilled, shocked, blown away. Every one of your faculties will be enraptured by the experience of a game that does anything more than say 8 over and over. Yes, I can't wait for your entire world to be shattered and rebuilt. A magical moment we'll all share together.
Great.
Oh, I'm not going to pretend I
How much dialogue do they have for this?
so utterly compelled by this game that you don't intend to stop playing it until you pass out from physical exhaustion. Well, tell you what, I'll just be right here and wait for you to finish. I'm sure the Stanley Parable demo will still be out there somewhere when you're all done. In the meantime, I'm going to stop acknowledging you and just let you get it out of your system. Please enjoy the 8 games.
He's gonna do that kind of thing, like, yeah. I don't think I even got close to like 100 times. I think I'll actually stop. Come on, mother. Okay, fuck it.
Oh, you're done. Well, in that case, what do you say we get back to business and start this demo over from the top?
Okay. What do you mean from the top? Get out?
Welcome to the Stanley Parable Demonstration.
Time.
Your number is 30.
Okay, now let's take a minute to get something straight here. When you sit down to play this demo, you are assuming an amount of responsibility for its outcome. Now, I can't say for certain whether you caused us to encounter the 8 game rather than the Stanley Parable, but I think it's a pretty safe assumption that you had something to do with it. At this time, please take a minute to think about all of the mistakes you've made in playing this demonstration, as well as your lack of respect for demo taking in general.
It's got a point. Oh no! What? Okay, wrap it up. I don't think.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
I could really feel the introspection on my end.
I don't think.
Now
That's
that
my
we're on
conclusion.
the same page again, I feel ready to attempt the demonstration once more. In this third attempt, we shall truly come to understand the meaning of the Stanley Parable. Let the demonstration begin.
Let's go! What?
What? No, it can't be over yet. You didn't see anything. Everything that was supposed to demonstrate why the Stanley Parable is a quality experience worth your time and money. It was here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Oh, no. We have to get out of here. We have to find something for you to do, anything. The demo cannot end like this. Hurry, this way.
It's funny because if you really want a demo of the Stanley Parable, you just play the Half-Life mod. It's free.
Okay, yes. This is different. Surely there must be a game somewhere in here. Okay. Oh, how about this cup? Yes, go pick up the cup, all right? Now put it, in the bin.
It's fucking Half-Life 2. Oh. What? How do I take the cup? Okay. Is there any other bin I can put it in? Oh, you cannot like do the source walking.
You did it! You won! You know what you get for winning?
Time?
An achievement.
Oh, okay.
Wow, the Stanley
Oh, I got an achievement for real! What the fuck?
better. In fact,
I got an achievement called video games!
based on what you've played so far, would you purchase the Stanley Parable?
I don't get it. What is this game? Iron Fireplace.
You responded,
What a clear and straightforward demonstration of the merits of the Stanley Parable. I am convinced of the quality of the full game.
incredible. You really do get it.
What?
I understand. Oh, it was so different.
Is there more different? Yeah, there's more new content than existing content.
Makes it, well, special. It's so very difficult to put into words. Oh, we're all beyond that now, aren't we? Come along, let's get to the end and the final choice.
Let's go.
Ending, where are you? Where are you?
Oh, this is disagree. Oh, this was mentioned before. I love this game so much.
Is this it? Yes, the end. Now, this is where we want the demo to be over. And I think it's time for you to log your final decision as to whether or not the Stanley Parable is any good. And it all comes to this. Please consider very carefully before answering. Much is at stake. Is it working? Are you sure? You sure you pressed the button? What? No, we finished the demo. Did it start again? Hello? Is anyone there? They already finished. They said they liked it. I need someone to stop the demo. Hello? We need to go back. We need to get out of here.
Oh no.
Oh no, what's going on? Where is everyone? Okay, over to the left, down this way.
Wait, I wanna see the demo status. Oh, it's broken. I don't remember this part. For the solution chamber. Sure.
Oh, nice and quiet. Finally. Well, I suppose we can both agree that I failed, haven't I? My job was to be a teacher, and I so badly wanted to teach you exactly what the Stanley Parable is supposed to be, but somehow I couldn't. Well, at any rate, I don't know if I care for the Stanley Parable anymore. Do you think any of this is actually in the main game? Honestly, I doubt it. What would that even look like? No, I think I've had enough of it. No more doors, no more demonstrations, no more endings. That's the other problem with this game. There's too many bloody endings. I'm sick of them. How can one game end so many times? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, but back at the beginning of the demonstration, that was lovely. No concerns about where it was all going. No confusion. Just a blank slate. Yes, that's what I want. A game of beginnings. Hey, do you remember, just a few minutes ago, when we met for the first time, and I showed you the technology used to make the demo, because I thought there actually was a demo. Oh, we were so naive.
Oh my god. The
Little we knew of the world.
real gamers only.
We ended up back in the waiting room, even though you'd already done that before. Yes, it's all so fresh in my memory. They were such wonderful moments. Oh, and then when we played the game with the cup and you won, and then we kept wandering and we ended up in a stairwell somewhere, and we just kept climbing and climbing, flight after flight after flight. I thought they would never end. And then we were on some kind of catwalk. I didn't have any idea what was down there. Did you? And we just kept going, and we found that elevator, and it said escape on it. We talked about it for a while, about how we couldn't possibly know whether this was really an escape, but that it seemed worth a try, and at the very least it would be an adventure. So we got inside, and we rode the elevator up and up.
What the fuck? I forgot about this part of the demo.
But we couldn't possibly know when, and then after so long it finally stopped, and we stepped out into the lush outdoors, the trees, the wildlife, the sun rising on a new and glorious path. Freedom. We were free. There was nothing to think, nothing to know. Simply us being right there in that moment. Wasn't it so beautiful? Wasn't that moment so singularly, piercingly beautiful?
And this narrator is like amazing, by the way. What the heck? Oh, that's. This fucking game. I love it so much. Oh, now? Yeah, no, that's been a couple of years ago. I'm sorry. Okay, now we can switch to the real deal. Also, why am I so low on the fucking... Huh? Okay, for some reason I was offset on the... on VTube Studio. Okay, now we switch to the main deal, and I'm probably gonna make a few... gonna do a few endings without the bucket, just because I forgot what the original ones were. And I probably want to hide my cursor. Wait, it's already Eden? Why is my... Wait. Why is my mouse showing up? Oh well. I need to put the current time. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be a nice boy. I'm gonna put the time. It's 8:35. Favorite time of day? Kinda. You just simply notice doesn't give me the correct time again. After all, I don't know much enjoy setting time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 8:35. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate? It's completely accurate, dude. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. Feel like I'm learning more about you. Oh my god. It's good to collect data. Yeah, but privacy loss, dude. Thankfully, time is not personal. Well, like, I guess time zone could be. I wish we had more sliders, but we control the sliders I have. Perhaps we can invent some new sliders to gather data on you. Ah, scary. Should be too hard. Let me whip a couple up one. Should be ready for the next time you boot up the game. Sure. I mean, I do have the bump scarcity test one. Oh yeah. The end is never the end. Well, I guess we begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's rewatch the intro, shall we?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
Yes, the balloons.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I got an achievement for reopening the game. Let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Let's go. I want to do the good ending with the bucket. I think I did that already, right?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bottom text. Source of levitation. Wouldn't you like to know? You know, small floating objects. Yeah, the collectibles. Room closet ending. Let's go.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
Yes, let's go away with it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
What was the code?
Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't. The bucket did not react. Except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth. Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the
Well,
combination was
2, 8, 4.
4, 5. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket definitely
Was the
knew.
bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
You really get the
Soothing
code?
him, comforting him.
That's how you do.
reassuring that in this darkest moment
He
of
says it.
uncertainty, he would be all right.
If you get it wrong too many times, it just opens the door for you.
Everything will be fine.
It just says, oh, the pod malfunctioned, and even if you didn't put the right code, it magically
The
put...
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Hey, up!
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Oh, really, I don't know.
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply.
Jesus.
Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Oh my
That's
god.
what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, there's 2 endings I want to see now, because what the fuck?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, was it to wait for something?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
You wait for 5 years.
Guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, now I turn it on and then fall down.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and
You will miss the bucket. Yeah, what about it?
dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna be a different ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, it's ending time then.
Stanley decided to go
At
to the
least
meeting room. Perhaps
normal
Stanley
ending, I
picked
guess.
up a bucket and smiled.
But bucket version.
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not
Mr. Bucket, the kid game is famous for sucking balls. Oh,
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
and it's just a bucket. And it's not called Mr. Bucket, I'm pretty sure. It's just the bucket. Then there will be a reward for finding them all. Oh no! Oh wow! There's actually. I'm pretty sure it's not just 6 of them, by the way. Maybe they're related. I don't know. There's something to restore something. Oh, red and blue. There's fucking hints about the fucking statues.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Please,
Stanley guessed
just
the
do the yada
code by
yada.
sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Who knows?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in
Almost
the
dropped the
office was
bucket.
being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
What's that code?
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
Are the how's your day going? My day is going pretty well. Thank you for asking. How's your day going?
The bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire
I saw you were streaming last night, but it was over after 3 a.m. and I was like, oh no, I should be in bed for 1 hour. I couldn't catch it.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded.
And he set up some files. Oh, nice.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would
Like,
dismantle
sir?
the
What?
controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
So last
He
night.
high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I mean, you know, people from all over the world come to Twitch. I mean, sometimes Sonic pops up in this chat, and for him it's like 3 fucking a.m. I'm like, dude, go to sleep, please. Okay, we'll stop the main control facility.
When at last they came to the source,
It seems so early. I mean, doesn't like also Sentai, for example, like
waited in blackness.
to wake up early?
Over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
That's a weird
To begin watching a movie,
thing to ask for.
but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Uh-oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay, so that's the normal ending if you have the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, now we go for the rebellious ending,
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
where we just do everything else. Is that fucking solitaire? I mean,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
yeah, look at it.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, that's the figurine. Okay. How the fuck do I get there? I got it!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up?
I say
I'm
Stanlerines.
sure it will come to me.
Wait, what do I do now? I just die?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
What if I kill myself with the bucket, though?
Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What? The end is never the end. Fuck, I didn't watch.
The good old bucket.
Fuck it.
Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Time to die.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, it's pretty simple then.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
Yeah.
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Wait. It's not closing down.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Back to the
Stanley
office.
smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
I get to do this ending now. Right? Do I have to never leave for the ending? Or do I just stay here? I forgot. There's an ending where you never leave your office. Why would he keep... Oh yeah, I can just do this.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then
What about the
days.
bucket?
Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Wow, it's the same as if you did... Oh wow. Bit disappointing
One
game.
of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office? A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Well, let's go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Mechanical
And here
stir.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Does it say anything if I wait? No coffee?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Number one dad, okay.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separate...
Okay, literally doesn't change anything. Whip.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to...
Okay, now for real. I won't kill myself, I swear.
Ammo.
There's too many choices, honestly.
Set of two open doors. This was not the correct way
Wait,
to
what?
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for missing the cargo lift, probably dumping of the cargo lift. Okay, so you die and you're fined.
Perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the phone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to dinner. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Can I not press it? Can I press any other key? I'm assuming not.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. and so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further.
Spend time with the
He
boys.
came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I feel like this is like
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
like the last ending you want to play.
Doing is pushing
Hey, find your wife. I haven't done the bucket version yet.
The longer he spends,
Also-
the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
There's an ending that if you do with the bucket, it changes nothing, which was disappointing.
Tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? Oh, that's the ending. Okay. So, this door does not close sometimes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
And you can bring the bucket in and close the door
simply missed a memo.
and do the ending where you'd never leave your office, except you left your office and you have the bucket. But the game doesn't know that.
Trace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test.
I have the white balloons. God, I want the white balloons. What the fuck? Wait. 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 What the? What? Game, what the fuck? Oh no.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge.
Oh, definitely.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I got the
Said the
collectible.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting.
That was
room.
there.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the car. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Yeah, what would
He
you
was
think
fully
about it?
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Let's go.
Now pick up the phone,
Said the bucket.
pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Ooh. Oh, look at this sick TV, though. What's the bucket? This the bucket? Oh, there's the bucket. Let me just it.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Need to take me home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen.
That's a nice home. Let's go back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I'm still not mad. Does he actually come up with something else to do?
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Not have to know anyone in your life except me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket.
Check the
I'll admit this,
pictures.
The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Which picture? On what wall? Like the home? Okay.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't
Oh,
look like an
love it.
It's just a little more
This is the same from the one at work.
sturdier. more
Jazz music and the
liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
to live this day over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it's a bucket.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no. What's going on? Why do I want
More
to be the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing.
It's the mind control facility.
It could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Oh, this is not really a bucket. Wait, how the fuck do I go back?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
I love it. What the? This fucking
All
game.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
Yeah.
The correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic.
Wait,
Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much
you got the
larger
intervention?
version.
The what?
Back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I don't think so.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I'm redoing a bit of the original endings because I forgot about them.
But the fact is that the story has been...
If you get the bucket, take the elevator down.
All this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Yeah?
I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To
Then
let
what?
her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
The what now?
I don't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making.
Let's go.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent.
They didn't give me the time. What the fuck?
On a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay. I choose to keep playing.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please. Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Oh, they took the ramp as well. Well, what if I want to go back up? Oh. Understandable. Can I still not just get up and die? God damn it. Fine, I'll play by your rules.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Wait, can I interact with anything? Okay.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue...
Hello, Maru!
To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. I'm still here in this pile of rubbish, with you who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yeah.
I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley. He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Was it just always?
Up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Does he always do that?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Tips for not getting fired till class, don't get fired.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve this with a coworker? Let it pull up inside you. Oh my god. Oh, broom glasses is closed if you don't have the bucket. Oh look! He took out the stairs below. What an ass. Oh.
Inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of anything.
The demo room.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
I can't speak, idiot.
The receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Did the sound not work? I couldn't hear it. But,
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one
it worked? Okay.
thing, for your respect.
I don't have it turned on for me. But thank you for the redeem.
Shows for his choices. He knows what it
I'll
means
make
to
it also
take the
less
story
loud.
Seriously. If you didn't want to see
Is
what
it?
I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything...
What the fuck? The credits?
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
I forgot the credits roll on this one.
The choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
Mario, it's not that kind of game. You don't finish it.
Decide what's the right thing to do.
Yep, the end. Because you see, the end is never the end. Also, let me shut you out. I was waiting for the final. Does it work? It does work!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Now we just do it again with the bucket.
want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both a... Stanley
Hey.
clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Oh, sorry.
Felt
Oh, okay.
calling to him.
No, 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 no. I'll take.
The lounge was simply the place to be. And here it...
Fuck it. I'll do it. What?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. So, no, you said take the door to the left, right?
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Take the elevator down? What elevator?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
There's no elevator here.
Not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket
Right?
turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door
Left of the... Oh, okay.
go back, and so the two of them detoured
Oh,
through
this
the
one.
section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Oh, the actual elevator after. I don't remember what this is without the bucket. Is my issue. Oh well.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you,
Oh,
Stanley.
it's the line ending otherwise.
We've come
Okay.
together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Oh, look.
Isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
The Vern. Wait, what's a Vern?
The bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
On the sofa? This? The plant. Wait, what? Oh, okay. What if I want the broom closet ending? Huh? Sure, let's follow the line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Did it? I don't remember wacky music on the line.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original?
Oh, they remade the source engine thing. Nice.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I'm never giving up the bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No!
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the bucket destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
I will
Go
never.
ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon
I mean,
of beloved
can I not just
Stanley
wait?
characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for.
No, I know.
after this.
I wanna hear what he has to say.
Bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
Oh, no, okay. Actually, that's the time limit.
The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I'll try the other ending as well.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such...
Ah, you can give it the bucket. Okay.
Tell such spellbinding stories about you.
Damn
All
it.
squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I'm sorry. I doubted you.
All of his co-workers
Ah.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket.
Did they ever make a third?
Magnificent. Stanley checked his ego.
I don't know if they all will this stunt again.
Clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt...
They made other games, by the way, and they're pretty nice as well.
Employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed
I love how they kind of built into the ending, by the way.
Stanley chose not to think
Like,
about
great.
this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's
The
funny,
joke.
Stanley. A talking
Funny.
bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Let's go!
Here, let's take a look.
Can you believe people rated this game
What is
terrible?
comedic timing?
Going like,
What is
there's not enough
comedic
content.
timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, In all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than
Is
76
the bucket okay?
degrees Fahrenheit, with one of
Maybe.
your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next,
Okay.
provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Danny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the fuck? So that was 90
Thank
seconds.
goodness this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Let's go. How's he gonna explain the gardeners?
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Let's go. Can't wait. I'm preparing myself mentally for the big joke.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
Yes.
What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Joke-telling.
I think I need to go and watch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Sure, let's try.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions...
You just even have the bucket.
In comparison, yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
This game's great. Okay. What now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't remember what's up if you take the elevator without the bucket.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
I think that was the one of the first endings I did as well.
Lounge first, just to
You set the clock to 8, like the actual hours.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Wait, you set it to 888? Can you even do that?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Is it now? Sure game? Oh yeah, actually.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to go.
Ah, Sentai! Thank you for the gift of tomato.
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Loud? Oh my god, is it that loud? Okay, I made it less loud.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So wait, that's the ending?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
Oh yeah, exactly.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Sure. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you talk to yourself. Nice. Oh. Oh, this is funny.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been
You're
on.
making buzzy noises. What?
There definitely
Oh, I am.
was a story here before. Do we just
Wait, what the fuck?
start the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll progress by starting over and over again.
I don't know why. I think it's gone now.
Okay,
My
let's give it a
microphone is
shot.
weird.
Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, but thing is gone. I don't know why. There's something in my microphone that sometimes does like random buzzing noises. I have no clue what. I just moved the microphone a bit and it just stops. Well,
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
well, there's no bucket to begin with. That's Windows 3.1? What?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Is it fucking anti-chamber?
Never mind, not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Let's go!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I don't care. I'll take the win.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Let's go, the line time.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, I see.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
What up? Why are you doing the music stuff? Oh, does he actually have music?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience
Wait.
of that existence, right?
Whoops.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective...
What the fuck?
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know,
Well, yeah, for no falling
I
light.
think what
Fair
we need
enough.
right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Let's go, music time. Okay, there was music. I completely forgot about this. I'll follow the line. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, now it's fine. What? Wait! Nice.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
Oh,
won't
damn it.
miss anything.
The main character. God damn it, you know.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh yeah, we're fine.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
No.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Let's go.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
They actually can. That's pretty nice.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge the huge line. Yeah, it's good.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, it's in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles.
Love the TM.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask,
Will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Let's go!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's...
Understands philosophy in music.
Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget...
I love this ending. This ending is my favorite.
A trap like this.
I
won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey.
Unlearn again.
Destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
So we're still in the confusion ending, aren't we?
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How
Oh
can
no,
you stand
wait.
This much bumpscosity. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is he actually not confusion ending? I think that was in the ending probably. Wait, no. This is different though. Trust the completionist instinct. Or is it just messing with me probably? That's what it's
Coming
called.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, I mean, if it stops me, I'll figure it out.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Do you want to know if you're in party or not? Yeah.
Anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Well, this is calming New Age music, yeah. Oh, it is time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Should I? I'll try. I want to see what happens if I press the on button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is
Yes.
that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Oh yeah.
To your heart's
Now I get to press
desires.
buttons randomly.
This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I'm pretty sure all the buttons they say
I let
they don't
the office
actually
sink into
exist.
the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try
There's
to
no
make
button
sense of
3, right?
everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Oh, there is some
But I'm
number
sure
button actually.
whatever I come up with on the
Oh
next
fuck.
round will be even better.
What the fuck is the button
Only
3?
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Unless there is no button 3.
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you.
Oh, there is a button 3.
Button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big...
Run? Nah, there's no place to run, I'm pretty sure.
Being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
So, now the question is, but what if I have the bucket?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer back.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compact.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What are they missing too? Star something to do with star somewhere both red and blue. I don't know if I remember the red and blue. Oh, that would sound that.
Staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, we're doing the ending again.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Stop,
Stanley was
what?
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I did stay in the broom closet for a while. Nothing happened though, like the guy talked for a while.
To an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the
Gotta improve our experience.
correct code by sheer luck.
Okay, I'll do next ending.
The bucket knew all along. Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
If they have monitors, why do they need lights? Don't they just emit lights on their own?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Oh no.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Oh, I see the other
He squeezed
threads.
the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like
The
this?
bucket betrayed me.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What?
Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Well,
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intention.
yes, that's what you.
Known this all along, Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's an ending. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Let's
to
take
go
the
to
bucket.
meeting room. Stanley's bucket.
The best
The only
ending.
co-worker
Agreed.
he would ever truly need. Stanley climbed
Okay, broom closet.
to his chest and entered the door on his neck.
I'm pretty sure I'm done this already, unless it changes.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right
I'll
now.
have to soon. Oh, really?
This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems.
What?
This is how
I thought I
low
waited a
the
bunch,
closet is
though.
Sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
I will be drinking for a while then.
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Well, first of all, bucket. Second of all, silly bird.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
That's it?
All right, I've got a second sticker back
Okay.
here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
The meta bucket.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I'm giving it the silent treatment as well. That's what it deserves. Okay, now I think I'm done for real.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then
The stickers are forever nice!
will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Yeah.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
But it's freedom property of Stanley.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations...
No, my bucket!
...without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
What?
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world is.
She's got a point. She, yeah.
Her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance.
Someone did a no beaches meme, but with no bucket.
She thought to herself, my life kicks ass, and she backflipped all the way to work. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
Okay, let's do one part specific.
This was the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place.
And then I'll go to bed. Well, not go to bed, but I'll finish the stream.
To be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Yeah, I know.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket
Danger everywhere.
him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
That was my plan, Sentai.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
What?
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh. See, I knew.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
I mean, it looks similar though. I would like that.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
See, I told you. Hey, look, the same.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one.
Yes.
It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Good God.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Am I a bucket?
Everything is a bucket.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
Bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait.
Because everything is a bucket.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Sentai was right.
God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh my god, how much content is there still? Because I think...
Soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
I'm quite tired. I think I'll end it here. Oh boy. Ah! The sequel is now paused. Nice. I wanna see the... Did you go outside with the bucket? I did! I killed the bucket! Oh wait, did you mean the actual ending? Because the actual ending you cannot go out with the bucket because they... So cool. Ah! But yeah. Thanks for the stream. Who are we rating actually? Let me check. Who's around? Aaron. Oh no! Can raid Ono. Ooh, Anna is doing the like streaming the ceramic stuff. Let's go. Let's go to Hono. Raid message is that's the raid message. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. For cart. If any of you wants to join for some reason. Well, I'm exhausted. See ya.